In this session, I'm going to show you how to use Ad Inserter. Ad Inserter will allow us to turn the ads on our website. So I'm going to go through some of the settings on here. I'm going to show you all you need to do, which is some steps to turn the ads on your site. I'm going to explain just some of the basics of Ad Inserter. You don't have to know it super in detail. You'll learn it as time goes on. I'm going to show you just enough so that you can get your ads turned on. I do want to point you over here though to the Ad Inserter Pro website. It's at tinymonitor.com/ad-inserter pro. We'll put a link here under this video for that. So the important thing to understand is if you have questions about Ad Inserter, first of all, there's documentation. You can go to their site. You can read all kinds of documentation. You can chat in the forums about it, in our mastermind forums, or you can put in a support ticket. I'm going to show you again, like I said, just enough to get you started, and you don't have to worry because there are quite a few settings on this interface here. All right, so let's get started. You'll notice across the top, the way to get to Ad Inserter, first of all, is go to Settings, and then Ad Inserter, and then this menu will pop up. You'll notice across the top you have 16 blocks. That means this program is going to insert ads throughout our website in different spots that we tell it to. Now we've already configured it to tell it to insert the ads in the spots where you want them. So for example, I'm looking over at aboutallthings.com, and let me close this little interface here, the console, and you can see that the ads are inserted throughout my page. There's a sidebar ad that will load up here in just a second. So that's what Ad Inserter, so your page will look like this right now. Your ads are off, and eventually you're going to have your ads on, and it's going to look similar to this. Okay, the important thing to understand is before we turn any ads on is that, I'm going to reiterate it one more time, that you have done all the preparations, that you've watched the AdSense video. And by the way, this is not just for AdSense, it's for any kind of advertising on your site. But a lot of you will be doing AdSense right at the beginning, so I just want to make sure that you have all your preparations in place. You actually have your AdSense account, that you're not putting it on too early. You want to wait about 10 days minimum with content, about 30 articles, 25 to 30 articles. And once you get approved for AdSense, you're good to put it on your site, or if you already have it. So here's how it works. There are 16 little tabs up the top here. Now this is the free version of Ad Inserter, which has more than enough that we need for our site. If you ever feel like you need more blocks, you can get the pro version. So as I scroll through each tab, you'll see that there's a title up here. Article inline top, 300 by 250 desktop. That's the sidebar ad. That's the bottom desktop. Let me show you where these are at. So this is, if I'm looking at desktop here, this is the article inline top, 300 by 250 desktop. That's this ad right here. What was the next one? The next one is the sidebar ad. Sidebar ad loads up right here. This is on desktop. This is the third one, is article bottom desktop. So we have 3 ads in this particular example showing up right there. Now, mobile. Article middle mobile, article top mobile, and we skipped one. We have a like button, and then we have the article bottom mobile. So 4, 5, and 7 control. So for example, let's go to number 5, the article top mobile. Let me show you where that one is so you kind of get an understanding. I'm in my browser, I'm Google Chrome. I hit F12, and then I hit this little mobile icon here, and I'm going to refresh the page. And you're going to notice that this is what it looks like on a mobile phone. You could do it from your mobile phone as well. Just make sure you don't click on your ads. And notice how that's the ad. So this ad block right here is what is controlling it and putting the ad on your website. So that's how Ad Inserter works. Now what happens is there's a lot of these settings down here that says where to insert the ad. Right now yours are all turned off. So when you want to turn on, you have all your settings, you're going to hit that button right there, enable it on all posts. Don't do it on static pages, just do it on posts. You'd click that, and then you'd save it. Okay, I believe it's down, where's the save button? There's a save button somewhere in here. Right there. But I'm not going to do that yet because these are blank ads, and so you wouldn't want to turn these on your site yet. But you're going to notice a couple other settings down here that I'm going to go through. Number one is, notice how it says only show this on desktop and tablet, because this is the article inline top. This is only for desktop and tablet. We don't want to have phone turned on. We have, if we go over to one of our mobile ads, you'll notice that we only have phone turned on. You don't need to mess with these settings at all. Just leave them like they are, but you just need to understand that that's how it works. The important thing to understand is if you start turning on more ads than you're allowed to, Google has different requirements, AdSense has different requirements of how many ad blocks you can have on your page. We have it set up for optimal right now. So if you start messing around with these settings here, you could accidentally start putting more ads on your site than are allowed. So just don't do it. Let me show you exactly how this works, and then I'm going to go through and show you how to set up one of these inside your AdSense account and then turn it on. So the way this works is, notice this is the article inline top 300 by 250 desktop. Well, notice how it says automatically display before the paragraph. Now, because it's on automatic display, that's why it's red right there, okay? So it's going to do paragraph number 1. So before the paragraph number 1 from the top. And then there's all kinds of other settings in here, but let me just show you what that is basically going to give us. And notice it's on float right, by the way. Okay, so what that gives us when we are on desktop, let me press my F12 on here. When we're on desktop, that's going to take that ad, float it to the right of that paragraph there. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to play around with as far as, the settings, and I'm just going to show you the rest. But I do want to make one comment. As you turn your ads on, sometimes you might notice that the ads are not in the right spots. And that is because the way you've written your articles. As you've noticed, I've taught everyone, as you do your articles, a lot of times it's good to have a 2-sentence paragraph at the beginning. If your paragraphs are a lot longer, your ads will get pushed down. No problem, you can go modify your paragraphs really quickly. And so you'll learn kind of like where your ads are positioned. You'll maybe need to adjust your writing style a little bit because the ad position is important. I do want to show you something on number 2. This is the desktop sidebar ad. This one is not automatically displayed. This one actually uses a widget. And if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's a widget that's in your sidebar. All you have to do is turn it on and it'll show up. But that's why that one is blue. All right, so let's show you how to get the values in here for your AdSense. This is your Google AdSense code. Now, if you're using other types of code, media.net, all those kinds of things, they'll be in here as well. In fact, not in this video, but in another video, I'm going to show you how to turn content.add, and that's in block number 8. Okay, so let's do this. So what you want to do is log into your Google AdSense account. Once you're in your AdSense account, you want to click over here on New Ad Unit. All right. Once you click on New Ad Unit, we're going to give this one a name. And what I would do if I was you is I would name it exactly what it says in here. Article inline top. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my AdSense. I'm going to paste it in here. Article inline top. Okay, now don't have it on automatic size. Scroll down here and look for the one. This is 350 by 250 medium rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and choose that one there. The ad type is text and display. It's text ad style. And if you want to, you can create a custom channel. Let me bring this up a little higher so you can see this. You can create a custom channel. And inside this custom channel, you can click here and you can create a new custom channel. And you can put that same ad block in, and then you can hit save. I've already got one named that, so I'm just going to put a 2 in front of that. Or I'm going to rename it. Oh, I'm sorry. Custom channel cannot begin with or end with an empty space. I had an extra space in here. So I'm going to go fix that. And let's see if it'll save it again. So I'm going to just call it desktop top and hit save. And then it's selected in my custom channel. And then I'm going to go and hit save and get code. Now, it's got this code right here. So what you want to do is you want to highlight this code, copy it, and then you want to go in and get like a notepad or text editor and paste it so you can actually see the code. The important thing is you're not going to take this code and put it into here. What you're going to do instead is you're going to take that code and you're going to see where it says data add client, CA pub, and then it's got a number. Go look in your code and you're going to get that same number and you're going to copy it. And then you're going to go to your ad inserter and you're going to paste it. That is your publisher number. So double, triple, quadruple check it that that number is the same number. Now the next thing you're going to do is the data ad slot. Okay, and you're going to copy this and put it in there like this and paste it. So that's actually all you need to do. So once you've created that ad block from Google, then that's telling Google, well, use my account and use this ad slot, and that'll help you track your ads. And then what you'll do is you'll just hit save all settings. Now, I'm not going to do that on mine because I don't want these ads to go on my sample site yet because I actually haven't built out lovepets yet. But I will show you a site again that's done in just a minute. So now you'll just hit save all settings. Now we still haven't turned them on yet. And then you're going to go through each one of these tabs and you're going to do the same thing. So all you have to do is this one will be sidebar 300 by 600 desktop. So it's the same thing inside when you make a new ad unit. Let me show you how to do that again. So all I'm going to look for the 300 by 600, and it's right here. It's the skyscraper. Let me go through all these so you'll know where they're at. Number 3 is the article bottom desktop. This one actually is you actually don't, yeah, this is a 336 by 280. This one's a little different. You actually don't need to select the thing. You can actually just do 300 by 250 medium rectangle for that one as well. We do a little, we resize it a little bit, which is perfectly fine. So you're okay to just choose the medium rectangle there. And then this one is the article middle. So now we're on the mobile one. So on the mobile one, let me show you what you'll do for that one. You're actually just going to choose the 300 by 250 medium rectangle. Even though we're doing all that, we're actually adjusting the sizes here on our ad. The biggest thing is that we just need you to create that ad unit so that you get that ad slot, and then it'll take care of the rest in here. So you're fine just to do the middle mobile, but I do the 350 by 250 rectangles in there. Same thing with the top mobile. And actually the top mobile is going to be a little bit different. You're okay to still do the 350 by 250, but we are going to show a different type of ad inside that one, different size ad in there. Notice how it says height is 100 pixels. Let me show you what that means. Our first ad, if I go back in my browser, I hit F12, and I look at it on mobile, and I refresh the page, this ad is going to be no more than 100 pixels tall. And that's actually really important because we have this one above the fold. Google has a rule that this type of ad, this big square box, cannot be completely above the fold. So if I had just this ad on up here, I would actually be breaking the rules. Now, if you have the top of that ad showing on your front page, you're okay. But we found that this ad placement right here brings us a lot of money, and that's why we've adjusted it that way. So, not to confuse anybody, but when you set your mobile ones, you're pretty much good just to set it to the 300 by 250 medium rectangle, and all of these will just adjust according to the ads. And then number 7 is the article bottom mobile. Now, this one again is number 6 is the like button that you can turn on for your website. And I believe I have another video where I show how to turn that on. We keep that like button on, especially when we're building out a new site, but we've also found that sometimes when we turn that on, it takes clicks away from our ads. And so, you know, you might have to kind of play around position with it because we like people to click more on our ads and not so much on our like button. They're going to like your page regardless on Facebook, but it is kind of good to have, especially when you get your site going the first time. Okay, so again, reiterate, all you're looking for is to create 6 ad units, 3 for desktop, 3 for mobile. You just want to name your ad units, what you see here, article top mobile, article middle mobile, and then all we're doing is looking for that code like I showed you and putting your code in here. All right. So once you've double and triple checked it to make sure that your code is in there, and again, this is just my example site, what you're going to do is you're going to turn them on. All you do is click that button right there, turn it on for all posts. Number 2, you click that button there, turn it on for all posts. You click that button there, turn them on for all posts. Actually, let me just do this. I want to show you something because when you switch around to these tabs, they still stay on. So then I would come here, select that there, here, and what was it, number 7, there. Now, if I were to hit save all settings right now, it would start displaying little blocks here. Now, so you understand, once you hit the save, you want to go to your site and take a look at it. Now, what you're going to see is big white blocks. You're not going to see anything yet. You're just going to see a white block. Where these ads are, you're going to see the word advertisement. You're going to see the word advertisement. And by the way, that word advertisement needs to always be on your site. Notice how we have it here inside of each code. That's why I didn't have you copy and paste the code down. It needs to be there. Okay, so just leave it alone. Just change those numbers and the top there. If anyone messes up these codes, we will have a document on below this article that has these codes in here so you can copy and paste them back in. So what will happen is when you first turn your ads on, these will just be white blocks, and they could be like that for 24 to 48 hours. Usually not that long. What's happening is Google is looking at your site and they're evaluating it and they're saying, I mean, they've already approved you, but now they're like really approving you and giving you permission to run the ads. So what will happen is you'll start to see, after a while, you'll start to see some ads showing up on your page. And for the first 2-3 days, the ads probably aren't going to match up very well. Sometimes they won't even show. but you'll have big white spaces. And that's just Google getting to know your site a little bit, how people interact. It takes a good week to 10 days for your ads to really start to optimize and to really, start to, when people start clicking, that you'll actually be making some decent returns on your CPC and your RPMs and how much Google is going to pay you. So that's really, really important to understand. One last thing that I need to make sure that you have turned on. If you have any issues and your ads aren't showing, then you may have something set in your dashboard that is discouraging search engines from coming to your site. So if you go into your settings, and go into reading, see mine says discourage search engines from indexing the site. You need to take that check mark off. Now chances are, and then save it. Chances are you've already taken that off because you've already applied for AdSense, but just in case, double, triple check. Okay, everybody, I understand that this might be some of the most technical things that we actually do on our sites is turning the ads on. If you need any help, if you get stuck, please go through the video and work on it. If you can't do it, no problem. Put in a support ticket, and you would need to give the ad codes to our people. Basically, we would just need to know this number here, your ad client number, and we need to know your ad slot number. Just give us those codes and we can go turn those on for you. If anyone has trouble with positioning your ads, again, it's because of two things. Number one, you've either changed around and messed up these settings, which is no problem. You can just go through them and readjust them again. Or your articles are written in a way that are pushing the content in different directions. So we've kind of found that the style that we're writing here, it works really, really well. So if you find that your ads are getting pushed further and further down the page because your paragraphs are really long, do shorter paragraphs. But sometimes your paragraphs can be too short. Alrighty, everybody, that is how you use Ad Inserter. If you have any issues, let's go to the forums. Looking forward to getting you to turn those ads on and be able to continue with this process. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, we'll see you in the forums.